Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sim Racing Bible. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a good weekend so far. It's Daytona time, everybody. You may be aware that there's some kind of Daytona iRacing event going on this weekend, and obviously the real live Daytona is happening next weekend. So we did this last year, but we're going to do it again this year because it was fun. So we're in Automobilista 2 this evening, and we're going to be doing 24 laps of Daytona. Now, 24 laps is not an endurance race, I'll give you that. But it's going to be a little bit different. So we're going to do 24 laps in 24 different cars, and we're going to also do it starting at every hour going forward. So we'll start at 1 o'clock, second lap will be at 2 o'clock, 3, 4, etc., going on all through the night, and then back around to the daytime again. So it's going to give you the full 24-hour experience, and also show you some of the best endurance cars we've ever had in the world of motorsport. So looking forward to giving it a go. So welcome along. Good to have you all with us this evening. Let's get ourselves over into the sim now. And we'll do it by random number generator as per usual. So let's get myself in here as well. Get myself all set up here. Good to see you guys here. We've got, where have we got? We've got Sam London, evening Sam, evening Funky, evening Craig. Welcome guys, good to see you here. Right. Well, let's start off with the first car of the evening. So we're going to hit a random number generator, and we're starting off with number 9, which will be, well, a very solid way to start the evening, actually. So we're going to go straight into some GTE action with the 911 RSR. So here we go. Daytona sports car course. We've got 1 lap set, starting at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Do it the same class. We'll have a field full of GTE cars, and what we're going to do, actually, before I do that, we're going to put player last, and we'll see how far we can get through the field as well. The other thing is, we've got to make sure we survive. That's the other target for the evening. So here we go. Let's load in for the first lap of Daytona 24 laps. Philippe, hello, bonsoir, evening to you. Good to see you here. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so what a way to start. Get my gloves on as well while we're waiting for the sim to load up. No qualifying, of course. We're going to go straight into it, which all adds to the challenge. No time to warm up or to familiarize myself with the car before we go straight off into the action. So, all right, let's see how we get on. Now, I'm hoping this isn't going to take 24 actual hours, because that would be a long stream for you guys and for me as well. So here we go. Starting from the very back of the grid, hopefully. Yep, there we are. A full field of GTE cars ahead of us. Okay, let's see how we get on. Rolling starts, of course, as is usual here at Daytona. All right. On the inside, which is handy, which means we're going to get a reasonable look into the first corner and hopefully stay out of trouble. We have our radar on, as you can see in the middle of the field, middle of the screen there. So we know when there's people around us, or we can be prepared for a hit in the side or whatever. There we go. Let's not start off in 4th gear. Let's go down a gear to 3rd here. And the crowds have flocked in to see this 1-lap race. Very dedicated motorsport fans. Alright, lights are on, let's get ready to go. Got a bit of a jump there on the start, managed to predict the lights going green, but now we've got nowhere to go. We're stuck behind a massive M8 GTE. Let's get on the brakes a bit early here to survive turn 1. All queuing up to get through here. It's quite a bottleneck into turn 1. Uh-oh. Bit of a lunge down into the international horseshoe. We made some positions up there. Didn't really feel any contact either, which is nice. Through the kink, and then hard on the brakes on the other side. Take the line on the inside here. Okay, into the next hairpin. Ooh, big hip and shoulder from the BMW ahead. Very defensive. Must only realise it's a 1-lap race, so he's got to fight for every single position. Rev this 911 beautiful flat 6 engine out to the absolute red line. It is a great car to start off, isn't it, Funky? And it's best sounding GTE, especially from trackside, says Sam. Yep. Can't argue with that. Okay, hit the markers just before the second board. Through the bus stop just. But what a car this thing is. It's a shame the GTE is no more, because we don't really get to appreciate the beauty of these cars. You're a fan of Daytona, are you, Craig? That's good. I've grown to like it over the years. I wasn't a big fan of it to start off with, but I do like it now. So we've come through, gained 4 spots, so we're up to 21st at the end of that first flying lap. And there we go. So that's lap 1 of Daytona, 24 laps done. We'll maybe start mid-pack next one to see how that goes. Evening Sky, welcome along. Should we just indulge for a moment, guys? Just have a listen to this. Let's just turn the overview off, turn the stunnings off. Turn the interface off, here we go. Let's listen to the, ooh, look at that lockup. Somehow I managed to avoid everyone, which was quite nice. Just majestic, isn't it? Everyone was reasonably well behaved up until this point here when these two BMWs came together slightly. Ooh, and behind as well, actually. I didn't see that one. Oh, listen to that rasp. Evening, Marty. Welcome along. We're just reveling in some flat 6 goodness. To the bus stop. Wasn't the cleanest of bus stop chicanes, went in a bit too hot. Missed the second part. You have some company from behind with that BM as well. Right up in the banking. Ah, good stuff. Right. Let's move on to the next one, shall we? Get the random number generator up and running. So there we go. So we start off with number 9. Come on. There we go. Right. Let's not move far. Sticking with GTE by the looks of things. So yeah, we're into the M8 GTE this time around. Let's change our grid to player middle, shall we? Just spice it up a little bit more action and load in. Let's just put a mark next to that to say we've done it. Then we're on to this one. Right. So I don't lose track of what cars we have and haven't done. So yeah, okay. Next time up then. So BMW M8 GTE, the big boy. This thing is rather chunky by race car standards. It's a big car, and it's a bit of a unique one. This one as well. I mean, it's turbocharged and has a bit of a, I don't know, a muted sound in some cases, but it has a lot of crackle on the overall as well. So got a fun car to drive. Right. So this time we're starting P13. So let's see how we get on. Cars front and rear. Let's see if everyone behaves themselves this time around. Let's take it out of 4th gear on my H-pad. That's probably what's doing the automatically jumping into 4th on the rolling start here, but that's okay. You're a fan of the sound, are you, Philippe? Yeah, I think it's one that's hard to not like, I think, that RSR, and we've got a couple of them just in front of us here as well, so we get to enjoy it from a third-party perspective this time. So again, we can kind of get ourselves ready for the lights here. Let's just go down to 2nd, because the leader will be coming up to the line soon, and then we can follow the lights. There's that jump. Again, just tucked up underneath the rear wing of the car ahead, but nowhere to go. Whoa. We are clear next to us, which is good. Do our usual little look into the horseshoe. Whoa. Oh no, we got a car on the outside. Oh no. Come on guys, it's supposed to be an endurance race. Well, I did say the aim was to also survive, and we've come unstuck in the second lap. Right. Oh well, we'll just try and enjoy the rest of this lap with this M8. It's very loose on the rear. Alright, okay. Now we've got no other cars around to cause chaos, we can actually try and get used to this thing, but we've not got much time left because we're coming up to the bus stop already. I thought for one moment we may have held that little slide, but the AI were not wanting to hold back, so they ended up ploughing into it. With the bus stop this time, hopefully hook it up all the way through. Well, this one is definitely not a successful one. Oh, we didn't move our time on. Oh. Never mind, we'll move it on 2 for the next one. Shouldn't have been too much different. Right, well if we're having problems in the dry and the daylight, see what happens when we get into the darkness of night, shall we? Right, well that's lap 2. A rather disappointing lap 2, finishing 25th overall, but never mind. We'll move on. We'll see what happens in the next one. There's always another lap in this particular event. It's a lot more laid back and chilled than the actual 24 because I think it'd be quite a stressful event. But this one should be a little bit better. Let's quickly make our change to our time. So we'll go on to 3 o'clock. There we go. Right, so let's see if we can get something other than GTE for lap 3, shall we? Right. Okay, well that's moved it on quite significantly to car number 21. Okay. Well, this one is it's another Porsche, but it's not a GTE, this one. So we are in the Porsche Carrera Cup, and we can choose either the 3.8 or the 4 litre. We'll go with the 4 litre. Why not use all that power around the banking? So make sure we got the same class there. What we'll do is we'll do random position, I think, for this one, just to see where it puts us. And yeah, let's go. So one successful, one not so successful. Let's see what the Porsche 911 Cup car can do for us. I was quite surprised by how loose the rear of that BM was. It was, I mean, obviously the Porsche's got better traction anyway out of the slow corners because of the engine being over the rear. But yeah, I was quite surprised by how little grip there was in that BM, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll move on to the next one. There's plenty more coming, I'm sure. We can enjoy. So for lap 3, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And where's it put us on the grid? We are P11, so a little bit further up this time. Okay. Here we go then. Get ourselves psyched up again on the inside, which is handy. I think if we're on the outside, we could almost just tiptoe our way around the first corner just to try and survive, really. So let's see if we can make advantage of the inside line we have here. What it also does mean, though, is that we might get a better starter from the outside, because at least we can jink up and try and go around cars rather than being stuck behind the one on the inside and being boxed in from the right hand side. So just keep an eye on the radar and see if we can find ourselves a gap to jump into when the lights go green, which they will do very soon. Oh no, we had to get off the throttle. He has opened the door though. See if we can sneak up the inside. It's a 1 spot gain, maybe 2. Managed to avoid the outside that time. I knew there was a car going to be there. Running out of road slightly there, but kept it on the track. Into the hairpin again. Got that space. Oh, that's a bit wide there, missed the apex, but we're okay. I was really hesitant to get the power down there. I was just expecting it to break loose on the exit there. It's such a difficult corner, that one. Okay, now we have the very erratic AI underneath me there. I was expecting to get wiped out. We did get wiped out last time we did this, going down to the bus stop. Let's see if we can get the run off the corner. Nope, we can't. Trying to put the power down and it was just no traction. Now we have someone trying to go around the outside of us. Can we hold him off? Probably not. Very, very close. But he has got ahead of us. So we're going to end this one in P9. There we go. Well, we did gain a spot. Or two, actually, because we started 11th, didn't we? So, gained 2 places on that one. And stayed on the track, which is the main thing. Alright. Donut, welcome to Donut. It says, yesterday I did a 24-hour and 25-minute race with the Group C's on Hockenheim 77. It's great fun as well, with rain in the night and fog in the early morning. Oh, okay. That sounds quite full on. Yeah, you can do that. You can do the advancing of time to be quicker, so you can kind of simulate a 24-hour race in 24, 25 minutes or so. So yeah, that's good fun. We did one of those race department. That was quite a good experience. I think it was GT1s around Hockenheim as well, so that was fun. Right, let's see what our next one is. Okay, now we're going right back to the beginning of the list. Okay. This is our first taste of GT3 machinery for this evening. So it's not actually from the GT3 class, though. This is actually in GT Open, because we're going to be doing the Ginetta G55 GT3, which wasn't available last time we did this challenge. So we're going to be giving that a try now. And obviously we're up against the Ultimas in this class. Oh, hang on. Didn't change the time again. I'll come back and do that again. So Marty says, no rig yet, so can't try out the new Atatec pedals. Oh, no. Which rig are you going for, Marty? Are you going for like a SimLab or something like that, or have you got something else in mind? I know it must be a pain just seeing all the stuff that you just want to jump on and use it, but you can't do anything about it until the other things arrive. It's awkward at times, but hopefully it'll arrive soon and you can get to try them out, because it is very painful waiting for it. Right, just come back out and we'll reload in with the right time. Dunlop says, Hockenheim feels like the best replacement for Le Mans, as long as Le Mans is not there yet. Yeah, it does mean that the straights and things makes it feel very, very similar, I suppose. Hopefully we will get Le Mans. That is really cool if we could do. Right, moving on to 4 o'clock in the afternoon now. There we go. So Marty says, never tried VR before, but a Vive Pro. Okay. Loaded the MS2, wow, slammed into walls from looking around instead of paying attention to driving. Oh man, it's a very different experience in VR, I'm sure. GT Omega Prime, okay. Oh, sold out. Oh, that's why it's delayed then. Well, hopefully it arrives soon. So Philippe says, yesterday I did 4 hours with the GT1 Nissan on Daytona with times 10 for the time. Happiness. I don't know what SARS, cough cough. Yes, not Le Mans, we can't call it Le Mans, it's not allowed. LaSalle. Oh right, well we're starting in P1 for this one, it's taking pity on us. This time we get to dictate the pace as we come up to the line, and we're not going to get blocked as we go green, so hopefully we can make a break for it, and then retain our lead into the final stage of the lap so we can round out with a win here. Let's see if we can do that with this Ginetta. V8 power. Also, the Ultima is V8 power, but a very different kind of V8. Right, let's make this a bit fair so he's not too far behind when we get to the lights, but also not in front. Just trying to match my pace with the radar there. Okay, wait for the lights. Let's get a really good launch in. No! Oh, I went too soon. Nice and timid into turn 1 there. Stop. Again, it's quite frisky on the exit. It's wanted to oversteer out of it. Bit of a confidence lift for the kink. I wasn't quite sure if I could take it flat. So I'm not sure what the penalty is going to give us, whether it's just going to drop us some time or not, but we'll have to see on the results. That was a very poor hairpin there. We got a car at the inside. I think it's one of the Ultimas by the sounds of it. Okay, and we've pulled that back. Let's brake nice and late for the bus stop. Oh, I made a right mess of that. I was conscious because I saw the radar come up alongside me on the left-hand side there, and just thought I was going to get taken out, so I refrained from turning in. But that just meant we went up too deep into the bus stop. Well, I guess we deserve that after our jump start, I suppose. There'll be other opportunities to win a race later. But it's another last position. Oh, we got a bit of sun flare because the sun is now dropping in the sky as well. A very crumpled bonnet on our Ginetta. Let's just take another look at that, because so Sam says this also sounds amazing from the outside. Definitely a lesser used car. Here we go. Comes the field of GT cars. It does sound good, doesn't it? Actually, you can just hear it. There's a higher pitch compared to those rumbly Ultimas. Overall, it was a really scrappy lap. There was probably no part of that lap which actually worked or clicked. Yeah, that's just way too deep into there. I could just hear that very, very faintly. The Ultimas are really loud in comparison to the Ginetta, but just about here it does sound really good though. Alright, here we go then. A moment of terror. Oh, I took someone else with me as well, so... Oh dear, what a nightmare. Never mind. Luckily, our next car's brand new and not damaged, so we don't have to carry that for 24 hours. Okay. Where was it, that one up here? Ginetta, just mark that one off as done. Right, what's next? 19. Okay, slightly slower GT car this time. We're into GT4 territory. We're going to be running the 570S GT4 for this one. And we'll turn time on forward to 5 o'clock. Let's go. Ah, dear me. It was all looking so good. And then the lights went green. Oh, man. Never mind, eh? One of those things. It happens. Can't be Can't be winning all of them, so he's got to do what you can. Christanos, welcome. Good to see you. Welcome along to 24 laps of Daytona. We're already in to this is our 5th lap now. I'm ticking them off quite quickly. Really nice GT4 and ACC, says Christanos on the 570S. I'm not trying the GT4 cars in ACC yet, partly because I don't really run it very often. But I'll just have to see if we can give it a go. So, we are P2 for this one. So we're on the outside this time. This is the first time we're going to be on the outside of the grid running up to the first corner. So let's just play this with a little bit more caution, shall we, compared to the last one? Not jump it too soon. Hey Todd, welcome. See the magic of restart. Yeah, I know. It's good, isn't it? The consequenceless version of motorsport. There we go. Sun is now dropping in the sky. You can just see it coming through here. So that's going to be coming into play in some of the exits or entries of some of the corners. So just keep an eye out for that. Okay, here we go then. No overspeeding. That was a better timing. We definitely got the jump. He's stuffed it down the inside though, in the murk. Actually feels quite nice. It was quite planted off the hairpin there. Mercedes has got a bit of a gap on us. It's one of the beautiful things about 24-hour races is the watching the time changes as you go around the laps. So obviously if you're doing this in real time and you start seeing things moving around in terms of the sunlight and shadows appearing in different places on the track and things, it's quite the experience. So here we go. Bus stop time. Let's get it right for at least once this evening. Or not. Kept it on the black stuff though. I guess we can take one bonus from this is the fact that we may end up finishing where we started, but there's a car with a massive run on us here. Who's this? One of the Porsches. Look at the top end on that. Back in the slipstream, there's nothing we could have done about that. Oh well, we're not finishing where we started, we're going to finish in P3. Oh, and a nudge for our troubles as we get into turn 1 on the cool down lap. Well, that was quite nice, the McLaren was good around there. So yeah, sadly finished P3, but still, it's a podium, we'll take a podium. So Cristiano says ACC GT4s are nice. The 718 has some hefty force feedback. Same with the TCX M2CS. Oh, okay. Funky says I see new car preset selection button on the car select screen. Not noticed that before. Oh well. Take a look at that next time when we choose our next one. Move the clock forward an hour to 6 o'clock. And not easy doing this in gloves. They do work, but it's doesn't always register. Right, so what have we got next? We got car number 8 on the list, which will be one we've already done, so we have to do another draw there. Okay, well, straight to the top then. Okay. So I was going to mention that there is more than just modern GT cars in this. I've been doing a lot of modern GT cars with 2 pedals and paddle shifts and all that kind of stuff. This is where things switch up slightly. So first time we're going to be using the H pattern this evening, and it's going to be for the Chevrolet Corvette GTP low downforce spec as well. So, okay, we had some issues last time we drove this car. It was Bathurst, wasn't it? But hopefully this time it'll be better. So livery select. So you say on the car selection screen, Funky? There's no preset on there. Was it on the GT4 one? I noticed that. Okay. Because there's a preset selection here. Oh, that's what you mean. Yes. So that's for rules and things. So, for example, if you wanted to use the stock car Brazil rules or some other presets, things which work, you can apply that right there. So that's what that's all about. So Christina says the front end is pretty light, so it seems, yeah, well, it was on the McLaren, it was not too bad at all. So yeah, there we go, Funky, yeah, we got it. So where high downforce, so it automatically presets the downforce depending on the track. So for whatever reason, it's been set as being a low downforce track, this one. I mean, you do need a fair bit of downforce for the bus stop and some of the other corners, which are quite quick. But obviously, there's an awful lot of time where you're spent flat out. So that's probably why they've thought, well, maybe we'll run the low downforce. So we're going to be starting 7th for this one. Again on the inside. All right. Let's see how this goes here. Light is starting to fade slightly here at Daytona. So we have the low downforce versions of the Porsche in front of us there as well, as you can see with the longer rear end on it. Yeah, I'm a fan of this car, Philippe. Yeah, it's a good one, this one. It's brutal, but it's fun. The headlights are on. So Christina says, last time I remember the GTP cars had high downforce at Daytona. Oh, okay. Maybe they switched it up. Remember the XJR9 having high wing and no wheel covers. Ah. Right, here we go. Use the power of the V8 off the line. Don't want to run into the back of an expensive Porsche. Oop. Also don't want to cream the front off it into the barriers. Instantly got that position back. And then instantly lost on the exit. And the low downforce Nissan, which does have the wheel covers on, as you can see. Flames spitting out the side of these Group C monsters. Look at the Nissan go, that's got some power in a straight line as well. Just rounded up that Porsche like it was nowhere. We were 3 wide then for a moment, too busy admiring the power of the Nissan. Didn't realise someone was sneaking up the outside of me. So we're in P10, how can we reel this back in and... Oh no, it's a Nissan, we have no chance. The AI are super aggressive this evening. Not giving me any hope of getting through unscathed. Well, that was over very quickly, but it was... As I said, I have eyes everywhere, to be honest. Where did we finish that? P10 in the end. Yeah, it went backwards again. It's just incredible, isn't it? It's just mad. It would have been certain death. It very nearly was. on many occasions. Yeah, wow, okay. Let's tick that one off the list. And see what's next. Number 14. Have we done that one yet? Don't think so. Okay, something slightly more manageable. Now this isn't the most obvious choice for an endurance racing car, I will be honest. However, we're in the BMW M3 Evo, the E30, and the reason this one's in is because these Group A cars were doing endurance races of 24 hours of Spa, and various other longer touring car races that were happening during the day as well. So this one's in the list here. So we're going to do some Group A action around Daytona. That was an off on the grass flip 10 times moment. Yeah, no kidding. It was very near disaster, that one. Darwin says, bro, you got to start a lobby with Daytona 24 minutes over 24 hours and run a list of cars and have your viewers join. Just an idea. Yeah, that would have been good. Let's see how we get on. We might run one during the week and see what people think. That would be fun though. Yeah, do the advancing time thing. Right, so things are definitely getting dark now here at Daytona. We're again starting P3 for this one. So here we go. The naturally aspirated, beautiful sounds of the M3. Let's keep this gap together here. Don't want to have too much space between us before we launch into the race. Floodlights are on now. Still an element of light in the sky. You can just make out some clouds. It's not pitch black just yet. But racetracks come a little bit more alive when darkness falls, don't they? They look very cool indeed. Here we go then. The Sunoco sign on the entrance to pit lane there. Here we go. Let's see how we get on with the E30. Hopefully a bit better. Go down a bit low there. And one on the outside there, side by side through the chicane. We'll try the outside line of the horseshoe here. Still side by side with that Mercedes. That's got us though, just about. Duck out of that one. See if we can sneak back up the inside, roll off the brakes ever so slightly. Bit of a touring car move there, but let's close the door on the exit. Again, just couldn't get the power down off the hairpin there, so Mercedes is going to draw past us. Get back in his toe here. They are pretty quick. I might just need to just turn them just a notch. Because they just seem to have a little bit too much grip through the corners compared to me, so I know I'm not maybe driving perfectly, I suppose you could say, but when you're trying to get through a corner and you just have no chance of keeping up with them, it's not the easiest of things. But okay. P4. Look at that pack behind us. Do love this little M3. It's obviously it's an iconic touring car, isn't it? But also very successful in endurance races as well, so worthy of its place on the grid. So here we go. that's that one. Let's carry on. Put a note next to that. Where was that? There it is. Okay, what's up next? Let's advance our hour forward again. So now we're getting into 8 o'clock at night. Okay, bottom of the list this time. What a perfect time to drive something like this. It's low downforce Group C 962 time. Oh boy. At night as well. I'm just going to quickly change a couple of settings here to try and improve, because it's a little bit on the choppy side on my end here. Hopefully it's not too bad for you guys, but see if we can improve performance slightly so it's a bit easier to drive. And then, yeah, let's see how we get on with this Group C car. So it should be slightly better sorted than the Corvette. Yeah, it's a 962. They're very good. Let's see. Let's see. So Christina says, fun fact, the Ford Mustang Fox body raced against this car in 89 and 92. That was the M3. Yeah. They did have a Group A version of the Mustang, which was good. Right, here we go then. So where are we? We're P11 on the grid this time. Hey Frank, how much longer does Phil think his streams can elude me? That's what I want to know. Did you not get the notification again, Frank? Welcome along anyway. Right, so P10 at the moment. A couple of Corvettes ahead of us. Let's see if we can use the turbo-powered Porsche to good effect off the line here. Nerves are building already. Here we go. Get that turbo spooled up. Everyone tiptoeing through turn 1. Uh-oh. A little bit of a tag on the Nissan then, sorry. We turned him around. Unfair in full white as well. I don't think I've actually ever driven these Group C cars in low downforce spec, which is possibly where some of the struggles are coming from. So we're still in P10. Let's see what happens with these two ahead. They're going side by side down towards the bus stop. And, oh no. Wow. Was that Corvette got some grunt or what? Not too bad to the bus stop. We actually have a run. We did have a run. Until I went from 3rd to 6th, apparently. Alright. Never mind, we did lose a spot again. Definitely easier to drive than the Corvette, this Porsche. And it's kind of what I was expecting because it's such a well sorted car. I mean, it still has traction issues, of course, being so powerful, but yeah, a little bit more manageable. So Cristana says, yeah, the M3, yeah, so the 89 Fox body was relatively factory looking, but the 92 Fox body and racer had a pretty wild body kit. Yeah, it did, sorry, got hiccups. Yes, so that is slightly different looking. I think the DTM one was slightly different to the regular regular Group A Mustang. But yeah, that one in race room's great. I love that car. So good. Right. Where was that? 962. Okay. Let's go forward through our list. What have we got next? I think we've done 19, so I'll redo that one. Have we done 21? We have 10. What's that one? Okay. All right. This one is back into GT3 territory, but this time the official GT3 category. That's the Mercedes AMG GT3 for this one. And move that forward to 9 o'clock. And go again. Appreciate there's a fair amount of just loading going on here, but we do get to do each one of our laps. Some at higher pace than others, but it's all part of the fun, is this constant jumping from car to car and not being able to be comfortable with one particular car and just trying to do my best with each of them. So hopefully you're enjoying it. Anyway, that's the main thing. This is all for you guys. Hopefully it's providing you some entertainment on a Saturday evening. That was a kill. Yeah, that was... Yeah, didn't mean to take him out at all. Right, GT3 time. Where are we? We are P8. And we're on the outside. I do love the noise of this Mercedes. It's a great sound. Got a GTR to our left and a 911 in front. It's nice, the GT3 category is building up a little bit with AMS2 now. Got a reasonable selection of cars. Now it's very dark, you can't really tell any difference on the sky, it's just all black. Occasional stars you can see there. But it's definitely nighttime now at Daytona, so here we go. Let's try not to have a nightmare on this particular run. Go to the outside. That door closed. There's the big GTR in front of us. Hip and shoulder from the M6. Can hear it crackling away into the hairpin there. It's a bit of a late dive. It was a bit unintentional as well. We did make the place there. It's difficult to get the power down out of there because there is a bump on the exit, which if you have too much throttle on and you go over that with a bit too much steering angle on, you just loop around and that's the end of that. It's very tricky to get right that corner. Well, we've gained a couple of spots. We're in 7th at the moment. Let's try and get this bus stop nailed. We'll just have a massive slide mid-corner. Here comes the GTR, I reckon, behind us. Slipstream is so strong. Got another one at the inside as well. No! Wow. Just lost 2 spots just on that run down to the line there. Well, that was a bit more manageable to drive, I will be honest. That was a lot more stuck to the ground type drive, that one. That was fun. Enjoy that one. So Frankie says, considering the graphical fidelity, the load times in AMS2 ain't too bad. No, they're not actually. They're pretty good. I mean, it doesn't take that long to load in, which is always nice, right? Where was that? Mercedes GT3. There it is. Check that off. Next. 22. I don't think we've done that one yet. We haven't. We're sticking with GT3, everybody. We're into a 720S. Let's go forward to 10 o'clock. And there we go. So approaching midnight at Daytona. I've still got a couple more hours to go, a couple more laps left before that happens. So yeah, so another GT3 car. 720S, which is obviously mid-engined, another V8. But it's quite a unique looking thing. I was never really a big fan of the 720S when it first came out, but it has grown on me, the look of it. I think it's the front end I wasn't too sure about, with the holes where the lights are. But it's all good now. Right, where are we? Oh, okay, well, we have work to do. We're back in P23. Okay, well, let's see what we can do from here. I don't know if we'll make many spots, but we might be able to pick up a couple as they stack up going into the hairpins. I'm going to keep up with this GTR. He seems to be scything his way through the field before the lights go green. We'll do the same. Let's see if the others catch up on the outside here. It's nice, you can see the differences in the lighting where you got the carbon fibre on the dashboard there. It's quite cool. Right, anyway, got a job to do here. Get in behind the breeze block and use the benefit of its tow. Tuck it in nice and tight to the inside. Stuck on the outside there though. Well, that was a more successful opening start to the lap. Too wide going into there, there's no way through. See if we can get a run off the exit. Careful not to get taken out on the outside there. We've seen AI cars go door to door through there. Now we are side by side with the red McLaren, I believe, coming down towards the bus stop. We've been here before, haven't we? Let's see if we can get a better outcome this time around. A little bit of a tag on the rear, but we're okay. And we've got a run on the other McLaren as well. Nice, switch to P17. I'm not going to get any more though, because the gap is too large to the 911 in front. Oh, well, that one went rather well, that one. Much better than the others. There we go. Few positions gained there, which is good. Oop. AI turning themselves around. Let's just come over here and just take a look at the fairground. All very nicely lit up. Right. So that was good. P17 in the end there, which was that was not bad. I'm going to watch the replay of that one, I think. This is where we're stuck on the outside of the International Horseshoe. Let's turn some stuff off so we can see what's going on. Right. So Frankie says, when you're old enough to remember loading 48K Spectrum games from cassette tape, it's hard to complain about modern load times. Yes, and this is true. Yeah, we are very lucky to have the load times we do now. And the graphic fidelity as well. So we're very nearly... 3 wide into this hairpin, 3 McLarens altogether. You see that Mercedes lurking behind, trying to get a run on the inside, but no way through. A little flinch from the red McLaren on the banking, but holding his own quite nicely. So Marty says, had a TRS-80 and a Commodore 864. Yep, unloading games because that was fun. I'm old, apparently. Here we go. So this is where we got a little bit of a touch going in. Yeah, just a very small one on the rear. Held onto it though. Flame spitting out the back of the McLaren. And through we went. Alright. That was good. Right, next one. McLaren GT3. Okay, and what else we got? Generate 20. Have we done 20 yet? No, we have not. Right, it's downforce time because GT3 cars obviously don't have enough downforce. So we're going to go and increase that slightly, and we're going to be running the DPI. Now, this is more of a recent car to be running at Daytona. So we're going to run this one, just full class of DPI cars, I think, for this one. Let's move forward to 11 o'clock. And yeah, go from there. So DPI regs were the ones previous to the current, or the new ones, which will be kicking off this next weekend with the LMDH cars. But this is what was running at Daytona previously. So almost as modern as you can get in the world of Daytona 24. So I think it's okay, you're one of the rich kids with a C64. Fancy. Alright, where are we? P9 on the inside again. And the DPI is a car that wasn't particularly amazing when we first drove it, but it has increased in its driving experience that we've had fairly recently. It's got a nice mirror there. You can see the whole field worth of headlights looking at me in the mirror there. But yeah, the DPI is really nice to drive now as well. Marty said, told my mum it would help with school. It's a good ploy. Okay. Ready to go with the DPI. Breathe in. Oops. Guy in front turned in on us, but we managed to round one of them up. All sorts of noises you can hear going on with these cars at the moment. To P7, got a bit of gap behind. You can see a plane in the distance there coming into land, taking off. No time for admiring the scenery though, we've got to navigate the bus stop at very high speed. Oh, just about kept off the grass. Loads of force feedback. It's quite strong in the Cadillac actually compared to the others. It's the steering's really tight around the centre as well. There we go, across the line. P7. Let's go straight on here. Avoid all the carnage behind. It's fun cars, those DPIs. Plenty of grip as well, so it's not too slidey off the corners, but when you really load up in the fast corners as well, it's just like, just hold on really. Okay, what do we got next? So Cadillac DPI is done. And next up, we've done 21, number 6. We've done number 6, we have not. So slowing things down slightly now, we're going to go GT4 again. This time we're going to be running the new Mercedes, well not new, but the most recent GT4 edition for AMS2. And now we're going to be running Mercs at midnight. Let's load in. All right. Yeah, as it says, it's a much more relaxed 24 than a 24-hour race because you can have a bit of a break in between laps. Yeah, definitely not quite as full on, but it's all right. We're celebrating some of the endurance legends, some of the cars which have either run at Daytona or run in endurance events throughout the world. So that's what we're doing this evening, doing a lap for each one. Okay. So we knew the Mercedes was very quick in the first race we did with GT4 when we were in the McLaren. Let's see if we can use that to our advantage now. It's P9, we're going to be starting from here. BMW and a Cayman ahead of us here. Get ourselves set for the start again. So what's been your favourite car so far, and what's your favourite car to race here at Daytona? If you had a choice, what would you drive around here? So as difficult as they are, the Group C cars are good fun. I do enjoy them. Lots of breaks in last week's 24-hour event. Yeah, well, there is that, isn't there? Here we go. Put on the bumper of this M4. Ooh, wow. Bit of bumping and barging into turn one. One way to get the position, I suppose. See if we can sneak up the inside here. We got the BMW as well, possibly. He's on the left-hand side, though. He's going to back out through the kink. No, but we're going to go off the grass. And it stopped just with the aid of a very willing competitor in the Camaro. Very handily placing his car in a position so I can just rest on it. There's that slide off that corner which can catch you out in a much more high-powered, difficult to drive car. Thankfully the Mercedes is pretty good. We are gaining on the Camaro here. Quite quickly too. He decides to slam the door on me as well. You have to let people through here. So we didn't get any advantage. Let the other guys through. Now we have a run though. Can we get them before the line? Possibly. Not if they put a block on like that though. Can we get this one as well? Yep. Felt like a very dirty P4, that one. Wow, bit of midnight magic. New P4. Yeah, I didn't fully deserve that when I'm running through the bus stop, but it was all to do with the slipstream. It wasn't my fault. I backed off. Oh, goodness. Right. What else we got? Mercedes GT4. Mark that off. Right, next up. 16. I don't know if we've done 16 yet. Have we? No, we have not. Right. Now we're throwing it back old school again. So into the GT Classics class we go, and we're in the Corvette C3R. Bit of a brute, this one. Let's move forward to 1 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, what we'll do is we'll just turn that down ever slightly, maybe just to 103. Try that. I'll also move the tracker because it's kind of right in the eye line, so you're kind of looking at the tracker rather than the car in front of you, which can be a bit distracting. So I'm going to move that slightly. Marty says shoes match the pedals. They do. They're Acertec boots. So, yep, they do match them very nicely. I was quite sad really because when I went to the Autosport show a couple of weeks ago. I went, you know, I had my kind of dress shoes on, I suppose, and I was like, well, I don't really want to be trying rigs if I'm wearing those, so I took my boots with me. So didn't use them too much though. I actually managed to use my other shoes, but yeah, I did use these boots on a couple of rigs, so it was all worth it. Right, let's jump in here and then options, HUD layout. There we go. This is what. No, not that one. I want my. Where is it? Trying to grab my. Why can't I grab that? Usually you can grab hold of them. What have I done wrong there? Ah, that's why. Right. Move that down here somewhere. Somewhere like that. Although that's going to get in the way as well. Don't know where to put this. There's too many things to be looking at. Let's put it over here. And here we go. Outside then, in the roaring V8. I'll try and avoid all your 911s, Funky. Trying to put in any dents in them. This should definitely be a Corvette track with the straights, I reckon. Starting P10 for this one. So, running at night time, air temps are cooled down a little bit, making lots of power from this big V8. Here we go. Let's unleash the roar. Oh, wheel moved a little bit when we got on the power then with a bit of wheel spin, trying to get it all down. Oops. But I need to proper heel and toe. Peak. Let's get on the brakes early, make sure we get ourselves slowed down. Very different kettle of fish, this Corvette. Let's go round up some 911s. There's the moon. See it disappearing over the wall on the banking. Let's brake early. Couldn't do much to that. Here comes the 911 towards us. Let's see if we can get these three before the end. Oh no, we got boxed in by the other Corvette. The straight line speed difference between these two is just so big, isn't it? Oh. Okay, well we ended up P7 there, which was alright. We had a bit of a moment midway through that lap, but we managed to survive. That's the thing with these just one lap races, you don't have a chance to kind of settle in, find a rhythm and just pick people off. You got to just do it all at once. It's quite hard work. So Frank says the online Le Mans 24 was an utter mess. I'm going to say they'll have to regroup like nobody's business of interest will wane like crazy. Yes, it will. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it? Really, and it's a sad state of affairs. I mean, I know they tried their very hardest, but it doesn't look great, does it? Yeah, Max is done with it, isn't he? Yeah. I'd watched this 100 times before ever going near any of MSG stuff. Yeah, MS2 is good. It is good. Hi, Personic, welcome. Good to see you. Marty says, this game is so pretty, not smells like Funky. Not smell. Funky says, I've watched at least once this week. Oh dear, you guys. Right, where's that Corvette gone? There it is. Wipe that one off the list. Let's quickly move on to 2 o'clock in the morning and choose our next car. 21 we've done, 18 I don't know if we've done that one yet. We haven't. And we're sticking with Corvettes, but just slightly different years. This one is going to be the C8R. I've done the timing, so that's all good. There we go. So I'm currently doing something. Actually, I'm putting together some designs for things like T-shirts and so on. So we'll let you know more about those in the future. They are being worked on as I speak. And one of the ideas I was toying with is the fact that Marty and Funky have just brought that up there with the banter. I might just do a banter type T-shirt. We'll see. Because you guys seem to do it quite often, which is fun. Here we go then. Corvette. Inside line once again. Have our TV screen on so we can see what's going on behind us. Funky says, if I open my windows, it gives me an advantage off the starting grid. And also it might help with like a cloud behind as well. It kind of just distracts everyone else. They can't see where they're going. Okay, so 15 we should be in. There we go. And off we go. Oh, 911. Oops, on the rev limiter. Man, it's really choppy through there. Dive into the inside. They're not to try and attack and pick up places, more just to try and avoid people locking up into the hairpin. Again, avoidance techniques. It seems to be working. Some space on the inside. Traction control help us out a little bit there on the exit as well. Stuck in behind this M8 here. Can't see my braking markers because of this big BMW. Can we pull up alongside him before the line? Maybe not. We are gaining now though. Come on, come on. Back out, take the low line. Oh, we got him as well, I think. It's part of the gamesmanship here at Daytona, is that slipstream effect, and when you use it and try to get to the line, it's yeah, it's a tricky game to play, but it worked that time. Okay, cool. Let's move on. C8R is done. There's been one class which is on my list which we've managed to completely avoid up until now. Let's see if we can change that with our next number draw. Number 5? No, not this time. This time we're back in GT3, and this time we're running the 9. It's on the 9, the Nismo GT3, the GTR. Let's run that livery, because I prefer that livery. And then we're moving on to 3 o'clock in the morning, so we're progressing towards a bit of daylight eventually. So here we go. So yeah, I think there's 3 cars. Yeah, I think there's 3 cars from another class which we've not yet driven, but it's probably all going to come all at once. I'm just going to have a row of these particular cars on the race. So let's see how we go. But now we're going to drive this big GTR. We're going to be the one creating the hole in the air for everyone else to jump in behind. Where are we on the grid for this one? 11th. Again, kind of around the middle. Okay. You seem like you're sitting so much higher in this car. You're almost looking over the top of the BMW there. Even more so with the McLaren. That's alright. Drove a little bit of a test session with these earlier on the week with Gareth, because he loves his GTR, and it was quite loose off the rear coming off hairpins, so we'll see if that continues around Daytona. Got a bit of a gap here, let's close that up. Okay, let's get ready for the lights to go green once again. There we go. A reasonable start. Yeah, again, it's still trying to get away from me on the exit there, but managed to hold on to it. BMW going around the outside of the kink. Very brave on the lap 1. Well, the only lap of the race. Got back ahead though. Okay, sitting nicely in P7. Made some positions up, which is good. See if we can gain some ground on the cars ahead. The mighty Nismo power. Almost get turned around by the AI behind. Also, one of the things here at Daytona is with the long straight sections, or the banking, the tyres don't stay warm all the time. So you can see on the graphic on the right hand side there, they're a little bit on the cooler side, which isn't really helping grip levels, but nevertheless, strong P7 finish for that one. Gained 4 spots, most of which were down at the first corner here on the opening part of the lap. I do love the GTR, it's so good. Alright, let's carry on. Hi Blade, welcome along. Good to see you. Where was that? Yeah. Mark that one off. Okay. Next up, let's just move that time on to 4 in the morning. Save that. What did I say number-wise? 7. Okay, cool. This one is Funky's favourite. Back in the 70s GT Classics. We're all the right time on there. That's cool. We're back on the H pattern as well, so should be fun. Obviously, the disadvantage, you saw how much quicker the Corvette was in a straight line around here, so we've got to do the majority of our work in the midfield section of the lap, and then just hope that they don't don't get back ahead of us on the straights. But we'll see. We will see. Okay. So what have we got? We've got Corvettes all around us. On the side, 2 in front, 1 behind. So we could make up some ground in the midfield, and then try and create a bit of a gap before we get onto the straights on the back. Triple 27-inch 1440 panels arrived last week. Oh, nice. So you're going all out with your rig then, Marty. Let's need something to put them on now, and then they'll be up and running. Okay. Once again on the inside, let's give this a good go. And to turn 1, just timidly into turn 1 there. Wow, look at that Corvette go. Side by side ahead of us there. Let's see if we can squeak through on the inside here, maybe. No real room to get in there. Now it's Corvette territory. And here they come. Absolutely nothing I can do about them. Look at them go. Beautiful run through there then. Not that that's going to mean anything because the Corvette's just going to blast away, but we might try and round up this 911 here. I don't remember if we have 5 or 6 gears because we were on the rev limiter in 5th before, but don't know if we have a 6th gear to play with, so I might just leave it in 5th and... Yeah, we're not going to get anywhere. Oh, here comes another Corvette. Oh! Forcing his way through on the line. Yeah, definitely an unfair advantage for the Corvettes around here. So what's happening, says Blade? We're doing 24 laps of Daytona, so we're jumping in 24 different cars, doing 1-lap races, changing the clock an hour forward every time and simulating 24 hours that way. But we're driving various different endurance racing legends around Daytona to celebrate the Daytona 24 hours. Yeah, that's what we're up to this evening. Okay, let's mark off the RSR and choose our next car. And that rhymes very nicely. Okay, 24 we've done. 12, have we done 12? we have not. Okay. This is a slightly different one. The M1 Procar. Beautiful, beautiful car. Right, let's go forward. 5 o'clock in the morning now. Wonder whether we'll start seeing some sunlight reappearing as we go around this one. And yeah, slow down. Oh. So you haven't decided on a wheelbase yet though, Marty? No. Yeah. Money. Yeah, it sounds like you've thrown quite a bit at it, but yeah, there's a few different options out there really. I mean, presumably I guess you want to go direct drive. I mean, obviously SimiCube 2s are the, I suppose, benchmark standard of direct drive wheels. You could pick up a VRS one, which is basically the same as what I've got, which is a SimiCube 1, essentially. Works very well. Well, there's some of the new DD wheels, so you have the Mosers, you have some Magics, which are pretty good by all accounts. You could even put an order in for an Acertec one, which should be shipping soon, apparently. They're good, I can vouch for those, I tried those. But yeah, there's so many options for DD wheels nowadays. But then with that, obviously you need to get a wheel rim and a button box, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, tricky one. Right, P4 for this one with the M1 Procar. On the outside, starting to get a bit more definition on the clouds and the sky there, so light is reappearing. We have the pop-up headlights on in the M1. Funky says, I hope we get proper competitor for that 74 RSR at some point. Yeah, that'd be good. That would be good. Now, I know they're filling out different categories, so hopefully we can get some more of those particular cars added in. Same with the Group A cars, we need another one of those, really. Frank says it should just have modern radials available for the 74. Okay, outside starting position this time in P4. Here we go then. It's beautiful straight six. Hung out to dry on the outside in turn one. Held it, and then went for the move as well. That's a very energetic start. Leaving big black lines on the exit of that corner. So good. Oh, I love the noise. Okay, just about to see through the louvers on the rear wing window of the car ahead. Dancing through the bus stop. Cold tyres as well, still. We have a run though. It's going to make us go the long way around though. Thankfully we have the momentum. And the high line across the line for a podium in P3. Whoa. Okay. P3. Oh, the M1 Procar is so good. It's a shame, isn't it? When you've only got one lap, you just kind of want to keep going and drive them again, but it's not the name of the game this evening, so we've got to do it. On to the next. I do love that car, though. It's so good. So Cristiano says, straight six, that when you chop 2 cylinders off, you get the yeah, the E30 M3 4-cylinder. I think is it 2.3 litres, the M3 engine? For Sonic, love the sound these cars make. Yes, absolutely. They are one of the best. One of the very best. Right, 6 in the morning now. And what are we taking into the waking hours of the day? Let's cross off our Procar and select our next car, which is going to be, I think we've had 7 already. We've had 22, 19 I think we've had. Yeah, so we're getting to the stage now where we're drawing out more numbers, which we've already done. 18 we've done as well. 10. Have we done 10? Yep. 13. Okay. 13 we have not done, so let's do this. This is going to be a little bit different. So we're going to be running the Lotus 23. So we're going to do, not same class for this one, we're going to do identical. So this is just going to be Lotus 23s, I believe. Yep, it is, that's right. So we're going to have a full grid of these little Lotuses, or Loti. Let's go. So back in the 60s, this car would have been competing in the endurance races of the day. Just a small little 1.1 litre 4-cylinder engine in this thing, but obviously super lightweight as well. So handles beautifully. Only 95 brake horsepower, but still fun to drive. So Frank says, FPS seems smooth with Potato GPU. Usually suffers when the lights come on in AMS2. Yeah, well, I'm glad if it's smooth for you guys, that's fine. For me, it's pretty choppy. But if it's smooth for you guys, that's the main thing. But yeah, it handles it okay. Okay, right, where are we? 7th. Full grid of Lotus cars. With such low power, all about the momentum. And I got the wrong gear when we went into manual driving mode then. Alright. Skinny little tyres, so not an awful lot of grip available. And the iconic red Lotus steering wheel as well. So you can see the sky is lighting up a little bit. No longer pitch black at Daytona. Alright. Green lights to go with our green Lotuses. Rev it right up there. Down to turn 1. Got on the brakes super early, wimped out there. Wasn't sure how early I needed to brake. Car on the left there, have to leave a bit of room. No, got done on the inside there. Absolutely done like a kipper. Here we go, come on. Let's regain some spots here. We're down to 9th now. Don't want to slip outside the top 10. From the inside here. Can't get the thing stopped. Old brakes. It's just absolutely racing to the back of the field right now. Slipstream battle time. Look at those two going side by side into there. Good luck to them. Just chronic understeer. Okay. Can we round up these two before the end here? We are gaining, but probably not quick enough. It'd be quite fun to do on the actual Daytona Oval, these ones as well. Flat out 115 miles an hour. Oh well, we went backwards on that one, guys. It wasn't quite in the plan. Waving at all these cars as they pile up into turn one. I know we're only doing one lap, but I wanted to prove to myself that I can actually drive this thing, because yeah, it just pushes on. Obviously he's not driving it correctly. I still have some more practice with that one. P11 or P12, sorry, at the end of that one. It is a fun car, I just need to get the right driving style for it. And when you're jumping from GT3 cars into something like that, it's a little bit different. Alright. What have we got next? Mark off our Lotus. So what have we got left then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 cars to go. So let's see what's going to be next. 1, 20. Have we had number 20 yet? Yep. 18. Have we had that one? Yep. 21. And 7. We've had both of those. Come on, give me one that we haven't driven yet. Not that one. 20. Number 2. I don't think we've had number 2 yet. Okay. Alright. Back to Group C days. Again, very different contrasting cars, these ones. Because we're now going to drive the Nissan R89 low downforce spec. And roll that clock forward to 7 o'clock in the morning. And let's go again. Those tyres are skinny, so yeah, they are. They're super skinny, those Lotus tyres. Pizza cutter tyres. Sam says, I like doing the two touring classic cars and the Copa Classic FLs and Copa Classic Bs for some fun multi-class racing. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Copa Classic Bs, I think, are some of the strongest cars for racing purposes on AMS2. I think they are really good. Good fun. So yeah, if you mix those up in some kind of low... Oops. We've got a grid full of Nissans. Let's not do that. Let's add some variety in. Need to go back to the same class because we were in the Lotus there. Right. Not identical. Same class. That looks better. Let's try again. Yeah, those Copa Classic Bs are really good. There's a good variety in them as well. I mean, you've got rear-wheel drive cars. You have the front-wheel drive Mini, which is fun. But yeah, they're just slower, but you can have some good racing with them. That's the main thing. But yeah, it's good fun. All right, let's try this again. So this is the first Group C car that we've got, which actually has wheel covers on them. So that's obviously a drag thing. So for circuits where they don't have to have lots of downforce, they want obviously top speed as well. So having the wheel covers over the back helps with that overall top speed because there's less drag being created by air being disturbed by the rear wheels. So supposedly higher top speeds available, and then we saw that with the Nissan in the previous Group C race, and we're going to be starting this one from P9. We've got some light reappearing in the sky, which is good. Still got the floodlights and the headlights on though. Not quite back to daytime yet. Turn my lights on and off, distract the drivers ahead. So what have we got then? We've got a 962 to our right and ahead of us, and we've also got a Corvette there as well. What have we got behind? A Nissan and a Sauber and Mercedes as well. Okay, let's see if we can control the Nissan. At least better than the Corvette, which was very hard to handle. Alright, let's see what we can do with this. Listen to that turbo kick in. Bit of a lock-up. There's the Sauber, it's jumping right ahead of us there. It had a great start. Three wide into the horseshoe. We need to power in gently, try and get the power down smoothly. Getting a bit tight for that hairpin there, which is going to compromise us on the exit. We know that Sauber is quick in a straight line as well, but let's see what we can do here. Oh, look at the speed of this thing. 195, nearly 200 mile an hour going to the braking zone. Love the light. Off the... Oh, no, no! Wow, that all happened rather quickly. I thought we were through the bus stop safely and then ended up with a bit of a moment on the exit. Oop, it's not done yet either. Scrapping for the minor places over the line with what should have been a completely dead car. But no. That's a shame. I thought we were doing quite well there, but just that little moment going through the bus stop, which we shall take a look at here. Again, timid into turn one just because I just had no confidence in the car, or me, going into there. The cars look so weird, don't they, with the low drag, where there's just the rear wing is just on the same level as the bodywork. Sneaky up the inside of the Sauber there. It does look good though, the Nissan. It's quite a nice looking thing. It's a bit more drivable than I think I remember it being when we first tested these cars out. I wasn't overly enamoured with the Nissan, but felt better there though. It does look very high off the ground, doesn't it? The bodywork, it doesn't look like it's sitting particularly low. Look at that thing kicking out. Right. Approaching death corner. Here we go. Close my eyes. I haven't got my lights on. Why haven't I got my lights on? Did I turn them off? That's why I crashed, everybody. So out of there, and then on the bumps, nose into the wall. Makes your eyes water, doesn't it? Right. Okay. Let's get out of there. So anyway, what are you guys saying? So Frank says that's the classes probably do well on the upcoming Bathurst 83. Yes, looking forward to that. Hoping for some period Aussie cars to come with that. Yes, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? Some old XY Falcons and old Tiranas, all that kind of stuff. That'd be amazing. Pasonic says Lotus Cortina would be nice. Pasonic, yes. You and I are on the same wavelength. I love Lotus Cortinas, and I think that'd be brilliant. I'd love one in AMS2. It'd be amazing. Funky first virtual death of the night. And I think that's the second one, isn't it? Because we had an off in the Ginetta, didn't we? At the bus stop. Hit the wall quite hard. It's okay, Phil. I can't quite see what it says with the writing there. Okay, Phil, it's okay. You're alive. Yes, I am. I survived, everybody. It's okay. We're all good. Right. Mark off the Nissan. Let's see what we got next. 15? Is that a new one? It is. Staying with Group C, it's Sauber time. And let's move that forward to 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay. So Sky says it is too high. Yes, that's a reported bug. Ah, okay, right. so it should be lower. That would make it look a bit better, I think. Yeah, it just looked a little bit on stilts, really, on that, that replay. It just looked a bit odd. But if that's a known thing, then yeah, that's fine. I'm sure that'll get taken care of in due course. So this monster then is twin-turbo V8, 850 horsepower, in low drag, low downforce form, with a skinnier rear wing. Where are we for this one? P2. Okay, we have a nice clear view of the first corner. I just love the noise of this thing. Oh, it's just a beautiful car. Which is, of course, the thumbnail image for the stream this evening. So you were probably expecting this one to be in there somewhere. Now we have sunlight. Track lights are off, headlights aren't on. Bathed in sunshine, that's what we like. Okay. Let's get ready to go. It's got the Geico restart zone on there, I didn't notice that before. Oh, we had the jump. Left him behind. Right, let's cover that into turn one. No, too deep. Oh no. Come on, get back on track, Phil. So we're not last. Skating out of the hairpin. Oh, look at the lighting now. It's nice with the glare off the tarmac. Follow this Porsche. He obviously knows where he's going. Oh well, not quite the the result we were hoping for at the start of the lap, but recovered it slightly to P15. What a car though. It's definitely a lot livelier in low drag mode. Yeah, it is very feisty, that's for sure. But a good challenge. So Marty says, girlfriend at a wedding right now. Wonder how many times she'll propose to me tonight. She's over 25 already. Proposing via text. Better have another drink. As long as it's not your wedding, Martin, you were supposed to be there, then that's okay. So Frank says, heard lots of complaints on the Group C cars about the handling. It doesn't match up with what they're seeing on onboard videos. That's because those guys are throttle virtuosos. Yeah, I mean, they are rather skilled, the real-life drivers, and we may be not having the same level of skill. But yeah, I mean, you can't really expect cars like the Sauber C9 to be just like a DPI. You can't expect it to have that level of grip and handling no problem, because you're still running 850 horsepower, which is a lot of power. And yeah, you just can't expect it to be like that. So it's going to be angry. It's going to be feisty. You're going to be having to fight the thing just to kind of get it around the track. So it's all part of the game. Right, let's move on. 17, have we done 17? We have not. And finally, guys, we've broken into GT1 territory, because we're in the, what did I say, 17, is it? to make sure I get this. Yeah, it is 70. We're in the McLaren F1, also in low downforce spec as well. So first appearance of the GT1 category this evening. And I did move the time forward, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I did. Okay, there we go. 9 o'clock in the morning now. So Pasonic says, make sure you finish your simrig before your own wedding. Frank says, they'll also oftentimes in a higher gear for traction alone, the immense torque. Yeah, exactly. So I'm probably going in too low of a gear for those cars on some of those corners. You probably would run them in third, just trying to reduce wheel spin off the corner and things. It makes a lot of sense. I mean, with the torque those things pull, yeah, you can get away with a higher gear. Right, where are we? P4 in the McLaren. Fleet of GT1 Mercedes ahead of us. V12 power, I think for the first time this evening. Oh, what glorious machines these GT1 cars are. Philippe agrees. Look at that lot. Beautiful. Of course, it's the two D2 liveried Mercedes on the front row. Super dominant cars those were. Okay. Must remember I'm sat in the middle, and I have equal amounts of car to my left as to my right. So, here we go. Oh, listen to it. Oh no! And spun around. Ah. Don't hit me. Red flag, restart. First restart of the event. Not having that. Need to pay more attention to my radar, obviously. I mean, I had to throw a red flag there because the track was blocked, so, you know, safety and all that. I just love it. You're kind of poodling along here at 70 mile an hour, which is motorway speed, but it feels like you're cruising. And the McLaren UK, you can tell there's a V12 there, but when you release the throttle and just let it go, just the power and the noise just hits you like a big wall. You're instantly just into all sorts of just sensory overload. Here we go. Right, okay. Nice and gentle on the exit here, Phil. No heroics. Just feed the power in. It's better. Got spooked by the radar. But we're still on track. Stop. I feel like I can barely touch the throttle on most of these cars, just trying to get the power down. It's just so loose. It's getting the terror of this 911 here. My sun flares. Going side by side with the bus stop. I'll drag him to the line though. Use that BMW V12 to full effect. Just close that gap and away we go. well, P4. I guess that's where we should have started anyway, and a massive punt up the rear. Well, significantly better the second time round. The red flag did a great job there of clearing everything up. Okay, let's see what's next. Mark that off actually as being done. Where was it? McLaren GT1. Okay, next number 6. Are we done number 6? Yep. No, that's a new one, right? Okay, so where was this one? This one is in the P1 class, this one, so we're going up back to high downforce levels again, and we're going to be running the Ginetta G58, a car which often gets forgotten, really, because you think of the P1 class and you're just aware of these metal morrow things with the different engine capabilities, and then you have the Ginetta in there as well. So we're going to drive this one. Let's go forward to 10 o'clock. And we'll mark that one off on here as well while I'm at it. So that means we only have one. We have 2 left. Okay, that's fine. Won't need the random number generator for that. I know exactly which those 2 are. So that's fine. So we shall just pick which one we want to use next. But yeah, this Ginetta is one that we don't really get to see very much. It's kind of left and forgotten, which is very sad because it is good. So where are we here? 17th on the grid. Should be good. Here we go. Where are we? On the inside. Ooh, get right on the case of that P1 ahead of us. Big noisy V8 on this one. Alright, where are we? 16th already. We're making up spots. We're out of position. So the big high wheel arches here, which make it quite difficult to see at some points. Oh, Marty, thank you very much for the $5, man. I really appreciate that. I'm glad it's entertaining. That's the whole point. Get on the brakes. Can't see much with these massive prototypes in front. Ooh. All over the place here, Phil. Come on. Get a grip. Another one of the Ginettas battling away in front of us there. But yeah, it is a shame that this car is kind of left and not driven very much because it is fun. Right, let's see how it handles the bus stop here. We've got cold front tyres. I'm not expecting much. Yeah, a little bit of understeer, but that's okay. We got through there reasonably safely. Definitely back into full daylight now, though. We've gone through the night. The hardest part of any 24-hour race is surviving the nighttime hours. And we've managed to do that, sort of. There we go. Across the line. So obviously the P1 class, you've got those different metal morrows with the different engines which have different power outputs, etc. So there's some variety, even though the models are pretty much exactly the same, just different engines in them. But There we go. We survived that one, just about P17 for that one. And then just the two left to go, which were in the class that was almost left to the very end. But I guess you save the best to last, don't you, really? So we'll go back in there now. Let's go forward to 11 o'clock and return to the GT1 category. And so the two that we had was the 911, which we shall use now. And then the final one as well, which is another GT1 car. So a couple of runs of GT1 action coming your way now. And yeah, we'll see how we get on. Hopefully we don't have any red flags in this GT1 race, though. They will behave. They've learned their lesson from the previous one, and then and now we can all get through cleanly. That's the main thing. I might move my my radar again because I'm missing it on the right hand side. Let's bring it over. Let's pop it down there. Turbo flutter. The wastegate's shattering away. Ah, Philippe, yeah, you're very welcome. I'm glad it's fun to follow along. Okay, so we have one of the Nissans up in front. Very odd-looking thing from the rear. But, designed for performance, obviously. So what have we got? We've got a Porsche on the outside there. What have we got behind? Oh no, two Mercedes. Okay, here we go then. Come on, Nissan, let's go. Wow, massive stutters through the first part of the lap there. That's just so difficult to see. Oh, Pasonic, thank you very much for the £5. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. God, I don't know how we managed to hold on to that as we did. It's like driving in a slideshow. May have to revisit the stream settings for racing purposes. It was working fine when we were on our own, but with other cars on track it might be asking a bit much. I'll have to do some more testing. Right, okay. P11 then. Come here. Wasn't watching my radar. All of a sudden the wheels snatched out of my hands. So tricky to thread the car through there. Do love the little noises this thing makes though. Ooh, we've got a shadow up in front there. It's just a car. It's a shadow, no actual car above it. Interesting. Oh, I got some wheels. It's back again now. Oh dear. Well, P11. I think that's where we started as well, but that's where we finished anyway. Okay, one more to go. And then we've completed 24 laps of Daytona in 24 different cars as well. So it's all been very fun. And if you have enjoyed watching and you haven't yet done so, please do consider hitting the like button on the stream. I really appreciate that. So the final car for the evening is this, the R390, also in low downforce specification. And rolling on to midday, the final hour of the Daytona 24 laps. And final one for the evening. So yeah, it's been fun. Just the usual difficulty in just jumping between cars makes it a bit of a challenge, and it's a fun challenge to try and to deal with. Been fast and frenetic, and not very not very endurance styling at all, because everyone's just been going flat out trying to get positions because there's only one lap races. So it's been quite different to usual endurance racing format. So Sam says, fun fact, Velocita is the only track in sim racing with monkeys on the braking markers instead of numbers. Yes. Yes, and they get progressively more scared the closer to the corner you get. It's a great idea, that one. So you're having problems with the drivers? Is that why your wheels having issues? Ah, okay. Right, where are we for this final race? As it stuck us, deservedly so, right at the back, 21st. Here we go. It's going to second gear start, I think, for this one. Just cruising the inside lane here, just overtaking everyone. Oh dear. Right. We've gained 2 spots already, we're already 19th. Well, you can tell it's the end of an endurance race. I was caught napping there. I wasn't ready for the lights to go green for some reason, but we're up and running now. Let's let all this lot sort themselves out in front of us. Take evasive maneuvers. Hello. Oh, Frank. Well, thank you very much for the €6. I'm glad that you're willing to spend that €6 on me. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone who donates to the channel. I mean, you're all amazing. Oop. Sideways. Yeah, your support really does mean a lot to me, and it's great to have you guys here in the channel. You guys are what make the community what it is, so just super thankful to all of you. You're just, yeah, totally amazing. Okay, well, what's going on here? We're in P20, we've gained 1 spot, or maybe we've lost 1 from the start because we were 19th over the line in our Nissan. A couple of choppy moments to the bus stop, not where you want them, but managed to thread it through there okay. And then there we go, up across the line to complete 24 laps of Daytona in 24 different cars. And get out of there as quick as possible before we get smashed by another AI driver. Well, there we go. Let's just watch that back and enjoy some Nissan action for a brief moment. But yes, thank you very much, guys, for your participation. Thanks for being here with us this evening and for watching along as I attempt to drive 24 different cars, one after another. There's that little grassy moment. From the front, that Nissan looks so good, doesn't it? I'm not sure about the back. It's, as I said, it's a bit of an odd design, but from the front it looks really cool. You know what, I don't even remember that dive bomb on that McLaren. I just wasn't even paying attention at that point. Big slide on the exit as well. Just desperately trying to get the power down on the exit. Ah, dear. Oh, that was fun. I had considered the idea of doing 24 laps with cars you wouldn't expect to see at Daytona. We might do that another time, but we'll have a look as well. So if anyone wants to do a simulated 24-hour race in 24 minutes, maybe we'll look to set something up in the week, and then probably we might not stream it, but we might just do a race and just see what people think. But yeah, there we go. That was fun. Daytona's one of those circuits which you either get on with or you don't get on with very well. I mean, Rovals are Rovals, and I'm not always a big fan of a road course with the McLaren behind you getting spun off. But the Daytona one does drive quite nicely, and you can have some pretty good racing around there as well. So that's all good, right? Well, there we go, guys. That's pretty much just ends our stream this evening. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for your company, as always. It's a pleasure to spend an evening with all of you and do some racing as well. So big thank you to everyone who's joined in, commented, donated. You're all amazing. So we'll see you very soon. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And if you are involved in the Daytona 24 hours of iRacing, I hope that continues to go well for you. But yeah, we will see you all on the channel very soon. But bye-bye for now from me. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.